Scorpio family, what's up? This your brother man, say I knew. Alright, talking to the Scorpio collective. If you are sun, moon, rising, North Nodian, Scorpio, folk, what's good? Alright, let me say thank you to any new subscribers that I have and the old subscribers. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for the likes, for the shares, for the subscribes, right? The comments, you know what I mean? Everything you do on this channel commits some level of energy, you know what I'm saying? And I appreciate it because, you know, I'm giving out my energy. You know what I'm saying? Definitely much appreciated all that y'all do, all right? So, yeah, it's the Heteru new moon right now, right? We just came into this, right? We probably crossing the threshold right now, right? New moon day, okay? Also eclipse day, right? So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on out there in the cosmos, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we are in tune, right? We meditated up, you know what I mean? We have cultivated, you know, a relationship with the metaphysical agencies, and we on the right side of what's going on, right? All right, if not, you better get there, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? When this video is done, turn it off and go on, you know what I'm saying? All right, y'all, let's go in and see what Tehuti is talking about to my Scorpions. Heteru cycle. Out jumps Harukahuti Tem Chas. Harukti Tem Chas. Okay. Alright, so that's our energy, right? Harukahuti Tem Chas. It's in the negative. Tehuti Hetep. But that's a good correction, right? Harukahuti Tem. I'm sorry, yeah. Harukahuti Tem. Tehuti Hetep. Harukahuti Tem, Tehuti Hetep, right? Gotta love my angel script. Alright, so, yeah. Alright, so we talking about being wise about your movements. Okay, what you doing, right? Are you being impulsive, right? You know, how you moving, folks? You know what I mean? You gotta watch our tendency to, you know, get into conflict, right? You know, we trying to, you know, we the heroes out here. We the strong ones, you know what I'm saying? We, you know what I'm saying? We that martial, you know, we the superheroes. We the super saiyans out here. So, you know, we take stuff on our back, you know what I'm saying? And we go handle the situation, you know what I'm saying? You know, but yeah, this gets into conflict, you know what I mean? Sometimes, you know what I mean, we are so much into that, you know, brawny Harukahuti thing that we forget, you know what I mean, that, you know, we have to temper that, you know what I mean? You can't always go with your fire starter and just burn it, flamethrower, and just like kind of burn up the forest all the time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you got to do it in a different way, right? So this is saying that, you know, counsel is necessary before you jump. This is looking before you leap. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know, you might have the first inclination to start the conflict or to, how you say, feed into the conflict that comes, right? But the wise thing would be to wait until you have some level of counsel on the matter, right? Wait until you can meditate on the thing, you know what I mean? Wait until, you know, the proper answer comes, right? You know, get with the proper experts on the matter, and then, you know, go back to the conflict. Yeah. It says, don't be so impulsive, right? Don't be jumping off into a fight. You know, be wise, right? You know, I say fight, you know, could be just, you know, taking a risk, right? Don't be so apt to take a risk before you know the full lay of the land, right? The consequences involved, and things like that, right? All right, so that's where we at, right? We got Tehuti following up Haruka Huti 10. Okay, let's talk to the I Ching. Close stress, open. Close stress, open, open stress. Close stress, open, open stress. Open stress, open, open stress, open, close. Open stress, open, close. Alright, this is interesting. Alright, this looks like the 27 into the 56. 27 into the 56, right? 27, lines 1, 3, and 4 stress, changing into the 56. Okay, so there is cause for concern on the table here, alright? Because this is the hexagram of nourishment, right? What are you feeding yourself? What are you putting into your mind? What are you putting into your awareness? What are you putting into your mouth, right? Are you nourishing your stuff on good stuff or not? Okay. Changing into the 56, traveler. While traveling, are you just eating up everything, the wrong stuff? That's on a more simple level, but first, this first line has to be addressed. And this is where the Tehuti comes in. This is about not following counsel. Yeah, this is about understanding something of what to do, but not following it. Right? Yeah, getting wrapped up in, your forward go and forgetting that you already have counsel on the matter and you're not following it. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be largely for a lot of people right here. All right, let's read a little bit about the 27. 27, corners of the mouth, providing nourishment. The judgment says, hexagram 27 is composed of Ken over Chen. The motivational force Chen governs, among many things, eating, drinking, and a man's speech. Okay, run that back. The motivational force, Chen, governs among many things, eating, drinking, and a man's speech. We can learn what a man is like by paying attention to his or her selection of foods and drinks, and the things said, spoken, and the manner of speaking to others. Okay. These things will also show what part of his or her spirit, the higher or the lower, health or pleasure, is considered important. Okay? Right? So we're talking about understanding who someone is by what you see them nourishing. Are they nourishing their health or are they nourishing their pleasure center? You know what I mean? Their appetites, their greed, or whatever it may be, or are they mindful of, a higher, level of conduct where it concerns these things that they're doing for themselves, right? By extension, we can learn the same by taking note of the company kept and the kind of people they lavish their attention on. Counsel of the 27th hexagram is that the above behaviors must be guided and controlled by Ken. Right? Ken is meditation, right? Ken is Tehuti, right? And Seker. Okay, Ken is, running back. Counsel of the 27th hexagram is that above behaviors must be guided and controlled by Ken, the faculty for keeping still, i.e. self-control. Where it is in control, the choices made by the person in speaking, eating, keeping company, etc. will reveal a high degree of maturity and spirituality. Nourishment of the higher part of the being and the superior people should take precedence over the inferior elements of one's being and of society without harming or neglecting the latter. All right? So, we're going to know who you are by what you pay attention to, what you talk about, you know what I mean, and what you consume. Okay? Line 1. This line represents a person who ignores his good qualities or fails to develop his or her spiritual abilities, the magic tortoise, which will optimize the chances of success, right? And instead gives in to envy, jealousy of others who are or seem to be outwardly better off, right? This is, the traditional reading of this is, he throws away his magic tortoise and comes at me with his jaws open. That's like your magic tortoise is your juju, right? Your metaphysical, items, right? Yeah, or be it knowledge, right? Your knowledge of what's going on metaphysically, right? You throw that away because you look into the world, and then when things go awry, things go wrong because you didn't look at that oracle reading, right? That metaphysical interaction that you had, right? You didn't look at that. You overlooked that, right? And now things are going to the ishts, right? So, yeah, this is that line, right? Where it says you threw it away. You threw away your metaphysical juju, right? And now you look at me with your mouth open. Okay? So be careful of that, right? Be careful of ignoring the metaphysical agencies that are governing life, governing your life, governing your situations. Be careful of not doing readings and just jumping off, proceeding, right? Harukahuti Temchas. Harukahuti Tem's impulsive. He has, he's conflictual, he says, let's go, he don't care if he jump into, a conflict or not, but, if you're not thinking right, it could result in a loss, right? So don't go there, right? Okay, line 3. All right, yeah, this is an interesting line here. One is here admonished to give up a way of life that is based on sense gratification. It will only lead to ruin. Okay? So he's easy on that line. Let's go to the scrolls. My I Ching scrolls, right? This is the astrology of the I Ching. But in my life, they're the scrolls. This is an ancient book here. Okay? I probably had this book for 30 years. Yeah, I think this is the only I Ching book the only astrology of the I Ching that I ever bought, if I'm not mistaken. I might have bought this another time, I'm not sure. But it's old. Alright, so yeah, I'm going here because there's more here that's being said, right? Shechem was a little light on it this time. Okay. Line 3. Deliberate foregoing of nourishment. Misfortune. 10 years are wasted. Advancement not advantageous. Line 3. As the lower center of the mouth looks to the jawbone. Line 1 for its nourishment rather than line 6 its normal correlate. The lesson here, as elsewhere in the I Ching, is that a man must develop his inner self, from which an auspicious external life will follow. A change of this line to its opposite produces the hexagram 22, pi, which is concerned with external embellishments. A whole cycle of life, 10 years, is wasted in pursuing such a course. It doesn't necessarily have to be 10 years, but it's a cycle of time. Okay. Any advancement in this direction will only make matters worse. Heed the warning. Okay, so this is, you're getting involved in just putting anything in your mouth, right? Shechem, summed it up as sense gratification, right? So, you're gratifying yourself, right? This is when you throw in, This is when you do the wrong things, you know, gratifying yourself, and it costs you in the long term. This is when you mess around and go up in the wrong run and come out with something on your penis. You know what I'm saying? Or vice versa, right? You open your legs for the wrong one and you come out with something that you can't get rid of at this line. Okay, Scorpios? All right, so watch what we're doing out here. All right, most auspicious. He will be reasonably talented and sufficiently wise to be able to restrain and repress damaging desires, as well as reform if he makes mistakes. His life will be on a humble scale, but good. Right? Least auspicious. He will be a violent, base, and dishonest person, given to pursuing evil goals. He will have a difficult life, which will end in disaster. For the officer and official, he will be defamed, right, and tempted by or subject to corruption. Okay, for business and professional, moral values will be at a low ebb, resulting in difficulties. For ordinary people, he will overindulge in sensuality and dissipation. Many troubles, yo. Okay. Yeah, so, you know, this is the hexagram of seeking gratification, right? Seeking to put something in your mouth, seeking to nourish yourself. You know, this is when we binge watching whack stuff on YouTube, you know what I mean? Or or other places in the net, right? Or, you know, you're hanging with the decadent friends who ain't about nothing, right? Or, you know, you in your black book, you're trying to call up the numbers and the girls you used to mess with. Right, them dudes that you used to know, right? You know, because you want to put something in your mouth. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm keeping it real, all right? This is where, you know, you mess around and do the wrong thing and get, you know, hurt. You know what I'm saying? This is when it hurt. You know, and it's getting dark out there. How about that? You know what I mean? I think that eclipse is going down right about now. All right, so... yeah, so be mindful of that, right? Okay, let's go to line 4. Attracting the right kind of help and devising an objective that includes the well-being of all will ensure your success. Okay? All right, so this is staring around like a tiger, right? Nourishment at the top, at the mountaintop. Good fortune. Staring around like a starving tiger. No error. So this is when you want something and you're looking for the people that's going to give it to you, okay? This could be for good or for bad purposes. This line will manifest as you seeking out the right business partners, you know, or seeking a job, you know, you up in the thing and you doing this and you doing that and you really doing it, right? Or it could be you up in your black book, you trying to find those numbers that you threw away in the trash can. You staring around like, man, oh man, I wish I had, oh, hold up. You know what I mean? And you really trying to get at these people, right? You riding around in your car, you stalking people, you know what I mean? You trying to get, you know, yeah, that's this one, all right? Nourishment, okay? What you trying to nourish, man? You know what I mean? Are you throwing away your good knowledge? Line 1, right? Are you throwing away something good? This is counsel here, right? So this is you know, you're listening to me right now. I am the magic tortoise right now in your life, okay, Scorpio, all right? So you better listen to what I'm talking about. Don't throw me away, right? All right, because line 3 is coming, right? The chance to, you know, have some level of sensual gratification that could throw you off for some cycle of time, right? If not forever, in some cases. Do the wrong thing, you know, you come out burnt, for real, like scorched, you know, scarred. Scorched and scarred, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, don't be that one, right? Don't be that one. You know, yeah, don't be staring around like a hungry tiger for the wrong nourishment. That's where we at here, okay? Right, it goes into the 56, right? Traveling, right? You know, this is going to manifest for some people. You're getting your travel on, and you getting your nourishment on, right? Nourishing the wrong things, right? So look, all right, you know, this is an extended Tehuti meditation, right? You are, you know, curbing your wild urges, your martial urges, Scorpio, with some Tehuti, right? Stillness is the mindset of Tehuti, right? So, keeping still, you know what I mean? That is what is, look, it is Heteru cycle, right? We know what happened in Heteru cycle. You know what I mean? You breathe the air and it just feels sensual. You know what I mean? You got these times when, it's going to feel real sensual in your being. So yeah, this is about being mindful, right? It's about understanding that, right? There's the change of cycles, right? This is springtime when, people get horny in the springtime. So watch yourself, right? That's what we saying without saying it in this 27 hexagram. Talking about horniness, talking about doing things based on horniness, all right? Wanting to nourish that part of you, okay? Yeah, so, life is all about self-control if you are in it for the right reason, doing the right thing, which is controlling yourself, that's what life is about, self-mastery, okay? All right, so find proper outlets to, nourish yourself. All right, let's talk to the tarot. Four Swords. Okay. This could be good or bad, right? Four of Swords is about meditation, right? Four of Swords is about, you see my man, right? You know what I'm saying? He knows something about the time. He knows something was going on in the atmosphere in this, moon cycle of Libra, right? Couple weeks, that full moon gonna be big time on, not Libra, I think Taurus, right? Could be Libra or Taurus, I don't know, Heteru. One of them Heterus is going down at the full moon, okay, that we starting today, right? It's the cycle that begins today, that full moon cycle, right? Seven of Wands, right? So this could also be about healing, this Four of Swords. So, don't mess around and get sick, all right? Block something, right? Something needs to be blocked. You got to fight something. You have to fight urges. You know what I mean? Let's not say something. Let's say what it is. You got to fight urges. You know what I'm saying? Ain't it always the case? King of Cups. You know what I'm saying? Fight your urges, King of Cups. That's you, Scorpio. You know what I mean? Water sign. King of Cups, man. All right? Death in reverse. Yeah. You thought you had certain things handled. You thought you had changed about certain things. But you're going to be reversing yourself if you are not careful. Okay? And I don't usually pull from this side, but it's sitting there so brightly and loud. Four of Wands is in the reverse, right? So, there is a cause for, like celebrations will, there's going to be a reversal of celebrations here. The Six of Cups peeks out at the bottom. It's talking about returning to old things, right? So watch what you're returning to. You know what I mean? Watch, make sure you don't get sick. Meditate to block these negative influences, right? These things that you had, killed in your being, or, at least, gotten control of, right? Death, right? The death, right? Yeah, you had gotten some things in control, you know what I mean? But, now you're in jeopardy of losing all that. You know what I mean? We definitely talking about you, the King of Cups. All right, King. So, yeah, man. That's where we at, yo. That is where we at, Scorps. You know what I mean? Be mindful of what you're doing out here, because the time is very, sensuality is in the air. It's Heteru cycle, man. You know what I mean? Springtime, right? It's going to get warm. Girlies going to start losing some of their clothes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Don't go crazy out here. You know what I mean? Remember, your counsel, right? Remember, whether that's me or whether that's somebody else, whatever it is, don't throw away your magic tortoise and then be looking with your mouth open all crazy. All right? So that's it. We're going to say peace and love on that note, right? We're going to see y'all next time. Peace.